now that we know all the matchups for this weekend's section title games, I thought it would be a good idea to bring in some opinions of what to expect from the games and some key teams and players to look out for. Dominick and I are joined here at the desk with PSL reporters Christopher Wood and Alejandro Tamayo. Now guys, it's been a very long season, but it's not over just quite yet. What are your predictions? What game are you looking forward to for the most?
I'm looking forward to that Mission Hills East Lake battle. I mean, it's North versus South. East Lake's potent. I mean, they got Stevens, Baltasar. Mission Hills has got Connor Wynn, who's got two interceptions all season long, and they got Anthony Bautista, who's a beast in the playoffs. He's really stepped it up big time. I mean, what about you, Chris? What do you think out there?
Well, I'm looking forward to that Division III matchup between, Ramona and Lincoln. I covered the Robinson twins during basketball a lot. I mean, extensively during the last couple of years, and so I've seen them on the hardwood floor. They're great. But I'm looking to see what they can do, on the football field.
I really think that game's all going to come down to time management. If Ramona with Cherrick and McCargrew can really control the clock and keep Lincoln's offense off the field, that's going to play a huge factor in that game. Because if Ramona tries to get into this scoring shootout with Ramona or with Lincoln, they have absolutely no chance.
Lincoln's got to be excited going in there after just beating off undefeated Olympian.
Yeah, very true.
I don't even think it's going to be a matchup. I mean, you look at it and you have Ramona who just barely got in because Cathedral Catholic had a clerical error. So, I mean, I really think Lincoln, who beat an impressive Olympian last week, should really just take this one. I mean, Ramona should be able to keep it close, but it's got to be Lincoln all the way. It's almost
Cathedral
clear.
Catholic definitely left the door open, like you said, and I think that Ramona was kind of a fluke, but they're pushing, guys. They're pushing for it.
They are. What about Oceanside and Poway? What do you guys think? I'm telling you right now, that's a water pistol versus a machine gun, and Oceanside's the machine gun there.
I agree with you so much. I love Oceanside's offense, and their defense deserves a lot of credit too. With William Goalie coming out there, he dominates on both sides of the ball.
Now I'm going to tell you one thing though. Poway's got great. You know what? Their coaching
I think you guys are both on
smart.
heavy medication if you think it's going to be a blowout. Poway's defense is no joke. And I mean, they have with Derek Babish and Nehemiah Gross. I mean,
honestly, I think that if Oceanside's defense powers down on Nehemiah Gross, that's going to be all they've got. That's all they're going to have to do. I know it's impressive that Poway just beat Helix, but I just don't think that they have a chance.
I'm not saying Poway's going to win. I think Oceanside's going to win that game. But
so you think Oceanside's going to win?
I do, but you guys try to make the claim that Oceanside's going to blow them out. I think it's going to be much closer than that.
Washam's a great quarterback, and I've covered him a couple games this season, and Babish has been awesome. If they can go over the top and go over that secondary, that Oceanside secondary, maybe. Valhalla proved it could be done.
Absolutely, 2 years in a row.
Valhalla proved it could be done.
2 years in a row.
So they got to hope that with Gross, they could open up the passing game, and that's their only hope, because if Oceanside jumps on them early, it's going to be like a hot knife through butter. They're going to go right through them.
And I think Oceanside wants to come out fighting after having such a close game with Valhalla.
Well, I think if just Poway just sits down together as a team and just looks at the tapes of how Valhalla played against them and almost kind of duplicate that, I think we might be in for a little bit closer game than you think there, Alejandro.
Oceanside did beat Poway already this season, didn't they? And Poway went scoreless in the first half.
Yeah, but it's
I'm
the
pretty sure that
playoffs, and it's
happened.
a different story in the playoffs.
Let's not forget St. Augustine Madison. I mean, they got the super freshman out there. They got JoJo Hudson. I mean, they got Chapman. They got a great team out there. And Madison, 11-1, they're no joke either. I mean, that's a pretty impressive record no matter what division you're in.
Yeah, I mean, you got two kids in Madison, Pierre Cormier and Lee Walker, both going to Arizona. I mean, Lee Walker's a great running back, and Lee Walker, a receiver, linebacker. So, I mean, Madison's very explosive offense. I was at their game against Brawley, and of course the fog kind of couldn't see much, but what you could see was the Madison's very, very, very athletic and very fast on offense and defense.
You know what? I first got a glimpse of the freshman during the Holy Bowl, and he looked great in that game, and I was like, wow, I was really looking forward to seeing him Friday night against Valley Center, and what I saw really impressed me. I mean, he is so calmed and composed, and he is all business on that. When I interviewed him and I asked him, who do you pattern your running style after? He said, Barry Sanders. And I said, hey, son, smile. You're in the finals. Smile. And he's like, all right, do I have to? Okay.
He's a good person to emulate.
Great.
Look at him. He's got 13 touchdowns this season, 1,440 yards, I think, rushing. Like, it's very impressive. And those are a couple teams that we don't really get a chance to cover as much as I'd like.
We don't. Up here in North Carolina, we don't get to see the smaller schools down south.
We don't at all.
But I mean, they can play just as good with anybody in the county, obviously.
They can, and it's going to really I'm really looking forward. Like I said, we go back to Poway Oceanside and Mission Hills Eastlake. Those are the two that I'm looking forward to seeing. I'll pay the price of admission to see those if I have to.
Eastlake's offense is so fast now that they're running that wing tee.
Oh yeah,
It's so quick.
Oh man, can you say 0 to 60 in a second? That's what's going on with Eastlake out there.
And for Mission Hills to try to defend against the wing tee, you don't see that. I mean, it's the first time you're gonna see all year. So to practice and get prepared, not only for that, not only the crazy offense, but the speed that Eastlake has. You just can't emulate.
And
that
those
in practice.
gimmicky offenses are so hard to scheme against because you don't prepare against those teams all season long, and then they come at you and you're like, well, we got no tape on this. We got nothing to counter, and you got your scout team scrambling trying to prepare. It's impossible.
Yeah.
Mission Hills defense held teams 4 shutouts this season.
Oh, well, they're big.
But-
They're
Okay,
big.
so that's
Well,
kind
you're
of
right.
risky.
And
That's
they're
kind
good.
of risky.
But again, it's the gimmick wing tee offense. Again, it's hard to scheme against. So, I don't think
That's what I'm saying. I think it's going to be a good game. I don't think it's going to be a blowout on either side, even though Mission Hills has been so consistent. They've been so consistent all season long.
Yeah, Connor Wynn's just. I mean, arguably, you could say Connor Wynn, even though Tofi Pau and Northside has been dominant. I mean, you got to say that Connor Wynn might be the best quarterback in the
And he's
conference.
just a junior, so
Exactly.
we've got a lot to look forward to
And
for him
that
next
pocket,
season.
I mean, he has so much time back there. He picks and chooses where he wants to go. Checks off one, checks off another, goes to his third option, and he hits them all. I mean, 2 interceptions the whole season. That's pretty
I'd give
impressive.
some credit to his O-line too, though,
Oh, yeah.
definitely.
Oh,
But
yeah.
Bautista is coming into form right at the right moment. I mean, he's getting better and better every playoff game, and he's going to have a really good game against Eastlake.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
and they're so quick. They're going to close those gaps. But I mean, I could even walk through those lines that Mission Hills is creating for Bautista. It's incredible.
Now,
Settle down, old man. Relax.
I
You're
feel like
not that
I
good.
feel like
With a
we're
broken
leaving,
key.
you guys. I feel like we're leaving Division 5 a little bit lonely over here.
We
What are
are.
you thinking about
Can't be
Santa
so
Fe
bad.
Christian and Francis Parker?
The Santa Fe Christian, they got something to prove because I covered their Division 5 final last year, and they lost by field goal in overtime. So it was a brutal loss. I think they're kind of.
And they were in a heck of a slugfest last week against Horizon. That was a heck of a game.
That's a good win, too.
Oh, yeah, that
I
was
mean, you go
impressive.
back to the last game of the season, and Santa Fe beat Francis Parker 35-17.
that's
So,
true.
I mean,
Good call.
They have done it before. Can they do it again?
Wait to be seen. I mean, that's the key. Can you duplicate your past performance? I mean,
And that goes to the Oceanside Power game because again,
Always back to the Poway game.
always.
Always.
Arguably, I think, in my opinion, the two best coaches. I mean, they're all great
They are.
coaches,
Yeah,
but
they are.
you got
John
Carroll
Carroll's
and Damon Gonzalez,
definitely.
and you give Damon Gonzalez another chance to scheme and plan against that Oceanside team after seeing him.
Not giving up. He's
I'm
not
not. I'm
giving
just saying.
up,
I think it's
folks.
gonna be close. I think it's gonna be close.
I don't think there's enough firepower in that little engine. I really don't think so. I mean, they're going to push and they're going to, put everything they got into it. But in the end, it's going to be that mighty Oceanside just going whap
I
right
think
to
Toby
them.
Papau's going to.
Yeah. I
Set up
I
for
do
a lot
agree. I
of
just think it's gonna
yards.
be closer than. I can't wait to see Oceanside up in state.
Coach Damien, if you're watching this, I hope this is motivating the troops because that's what I need. I need a close game, I need a good game, and I need you to get those boys pumped up tomorrow night or Friday night.
There's no question. He's already got that handle. That's already happening. So Damien Gonzalez does a great job. So no worries there.
Very true.
No
very
matter
true.
what, it's definitely going to be a fun game.
They're all gonna be fun.
Yeah, and like I said, I'm looking forward to them all. I'm glad we're going to be covering them. Like I said, we're going to be out there from beginning to end, all 5
All right,
games.
so real quick, Jess, I want to go down the line really fast. What is your Mission Hills and Eastlake?
Well, it's supposed to be neutral, but being a North County guy, it's Mission Hills in Division 1, Oceanside Division 2. I got Lincoln Division 3, Madison Division 4, and Santa Fe Christian Division 5.
That's good.
Okay, so I can't wait to see any of these matchups. Honestly, all of these games are going to be phenomenal and fun to watch, I'd say. Thank you all so much for tuning into Prep Sports Live. That's all that we have for you tonight. Thank you two so much for joining us.
Absolutely.
And we'll be back for you next week for another long edition of Prep Sports Live.